Okay, you see my presentation now? Yes.
Yeah, looks good.
Okay, perfect. So welcome everyone to our battery knowledge base webinar. This will be the first webinar in, I hope, in a long series of useful introductory webinars for our new battery knowledge base. We have a lot of different features to discuss. I think I can't cover everything today, but there may be more webinars on more technical details, what is on programming in the background, and if you want to join there will be more specific content maybe in the future. Okay, so my name is Philipp Veit. I work for Karlsruhe Institute of Technology. Together with Christian Punkt, we are working in the project Battery2030 Plus, and together with Simon Stier and Lukas Gold from Fraunhofer and Simon Clark and Alba Flores from Sintef, we are working on the battery knowledge base. And there are some other people also involved in the background, but yeah, so there will be more people. Okay, so the agenda for today, introduction and housekeeping. I already said the microphones are muted, but you can use the chat function, and we also have a Q&A on Menti later. And I will ask some questions on Menti to get to know who you are and what you expect from the webinar and how you want to contribute or how you want to use the knowledge base. Then I will do a short presentation of how we set up the knowledge base, what is the content, and how we want to add more content. And I want to get some feedback from you on Menti. And then I do a live demo of the knowledge base. I show you different features. And in the end, I do another question round on Menti. And then I want to do an open Q&A session. So I think maybe it will last more than 1 hour. So if you have more questions, you can stay longer. If you have to leave at 3, you can also leave at 3. But yeah, if you have more questions, we don't have to end at 3 sharp. So now I have some questions. So you see the Menti slide now. You can go to menti.com and enter this 8 numbers, 43869575, or you can just scan the QR code. And then we get to our first questions. In which EU project are you working? We had like almost 100 registrations. Now we have 32 people online, so you can enter the name of your project here. And yeah, okay, so we also have DigiBat Intelligence, so also projects that don't belong to Battery2030, but also are connected to batteries and data. And I also saw we have some people from Finland joining, so maybe they are from one of the new projects that are just started. Oh yeah, we also have someone from the new map project. Okay, so cool. Okay, I don't know the Solve project, but if you can also put a link to your project in the chat. Hackade, okay. Cool. So we have many different projects here. HighSpin. Okay, so the next question for introduction is, are you using ontology in your work? Okay, so we don't have many people using ontology. and one as a developer. Okay, and the next one, we get more answers coming in. There's also the link to the Solve project. Thank you. Okay, and then we have electronic lab notebook. Do you have an electronic lab notebook in your project or in your group? Okay, so there's room for more lab books in the future. Okay, so now I switch to the presentation. Okay, so I think most of you know Battery 2030 Plus. We are the large-scale research initiative from the European Union, and we have 6 work packages. And where can I change the pointer now? Okay, so we have 6 work packages, and today we are talking about work package 3, fair data standards and guidelines. And you all know we have a lot of different projects. There are just 3 new projects, Leaf for Life, SafeLoop, and Innerrand. And there's also someone from FullMap that hasn't started yet. So we have 16 projects and more projects joining in the next time. So why do we need standards and protocols? Here are some examples from the literature. There was a nice comment in Nature Technology: my cell is better than yours, but how can you measure it, and how can you compare it? And do you do the measurement in the same way, or are you comparing apples with pears? So there's also this 10 ways to fool the masses when presenting battery research. So there are different ways how to look at your data and how to do your measurement and how to tell which battery is the best, or is it only best in special conditions. So you want to compare results from different competing labs, but you also want to compare the results from different collaborating labs. And in the end, we want to boost collaboration and innovation by applying the same standards on the measurement, and then we can also compare our batteries. So here in Battery 2030, we have this work package on best practice and standards, and it's also connected to ontologies and dynamic data management plans, but also to other projects like De facto or groups like LePlanet. They do a lot of modeling and digital twins, and we can connect all this together. And all this data must be fair, or we also call it fair to the power of 4, because you can think of some more R's that you want to establish here. So we have F for findable, A for accessible, I for interoperable, and then we have the 4 R's: reusable, reproducible, reliable, and relevant. And the last one, relevant, you can store a lot of data, and you need a lot of hard drives or clouds to store it, but in the end, is your data really relevant? Or maybe you have to screen the data before to choose what you want to store and what you don't have to store, maybe. Because it's not only the quantity, but also the quality of the data that's important. And for this, we established our memorandum on research standards and guidelines. And at the moment, we have 120 signatures from 56 affiliations that signed our memorandum. you can use the QR code here to find the memorandum, but it's also on the Battery 2030 Plus website, and it's also on the main page of the knowledge base. So you can also find the memorandum there and add your name if you want. And yeah, first read it. Okay, and here now we come to protocols and standards. So we looked at the whole process and research and development chain of a battery. So you start with the mixing, and then you have coating, drying, calendering. Maybe you all know this figure from the publication 2 years ago. And then we developed a process chain. You see here, we start with the raw materials, and then the blue dots are processes, and the gray dots are products that are coming out of the processes. And for each product, we have key performance indicators that define this product. And then we have measurement techniques, how you can measure this key performance indicators. And for all the processes, we have process parameters that you maybe can adjust at your machine. Maybe on your calendering machine, you can adjust the pressure or the temperature or the speed of the rolls. But some of the process parameters, maybe you also need a special measurement techniques to measure it. And for all these measurements, yeah, we need some standards to agree on so we can compare our measurement. And yeah, this is how it looks like. So we start with the electrode slurry, then we have coating, then we have the electrode film wet, and each of the parameters are affecting the next steps of the process. So here we have an example. So we have the layer thickness of the calendered electrode, and this is affecting the slitting and singulation, but also the post-drying and electrochemistry. And for the layer thickness, you can use the measurement technique, thickness gauge, SEM, or laser triangulation. And when we now look on all these measurement techniques and the processes, we get a network like this. It was visualized in Power BI at the beginning of our work. And then we thought, okay, how can we make this interactive for you as the user? And how can we also collect all your knowledge together? So we implemented something that we called the knowledge base. This was the first version. It was like 1 year ago, or maybe 1.5 already. And this was a website where you could see all the processes. So starting with mining, recycling, then premixing, mixing, casting, and then assembly of the cell, and in the end, electrochemistry formation. So this was nice for visualization. So you could click through all the pages and read some of the content, but it was not interactive, and it was also not linked to work that has been done before, like the ontology and BigMap and EMO. And so we had the idea. So I think, yeah, Fraunhofer had the idea to collaborate with us, and also Syntef, and put this all together. So we had a lot of previous work that was done by others before. So we have the Open Semantic Lab, which was yeah, co-developed also by Fraunhofer. Then we have the KI Probat Wiki, which already has a lot of content about batteries in like a wiki format. And then we have different ontologies. We have the EMO ontology, we have the BAT info ontology from BigMap. And then we combined all of this together in our knowledge base 2.0 that is based on the Open Semantic Lab. And now I will do a live demo of this website. First, I have some more questions for you. Okay, so here's the question. Are you planning to use the knowledge base? Here you can pick multiple answers. So if you want to be a developer and you want to use the content, you can pick both. And if you want to contribute to the content and also use the standards, you can pick yes, both. Yeah. Okay, yeah, a lot of people want to use the protocols. Oh, we have no developers today here. Okay, and on Menti, you also have the Q&A function. So if you have questions during the live demo or during the presentation, you can also add some questions there. Okay, there is another question for you. What are the SUPs, standard operating procedures used in your research project? Do you have some standards or special measurement protocols for one machine or for electrochemistry? Okay. Yeah, huh. Yeah, I think that's a big problem. So when you have some of them and they are maybe in a physical lab book and then one person leaves the group, then nobody knows where they are. And cleaning. Yeah, cleaning is also important before you do the measurement. Oh, that's good. If you have one project like Healing Bud and you use the same suppliers and the same protocols, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, maybe we can talk about this again. Maybe you also want to share some of this protocols with the other Battery2030 projects. Yeah, you would like to have a place to propose and discuss them. That's what we try to establish with the knowledge base. So if you responded this, you are happy, you are welcome to contribute. Okay, so now I switch to the live demo. So this is the main page. I can also put it in the chat. So you can follow on your computer if you want. So at the beginning, you see here, I have Inhaltsverzeichnis. It's on German because my browser is on German. And you can browse the whole website and don't have to be logged in. But if you want to edit some of the pages, then it's mandatory to log in. And there you see this person icon on the bottom left. And then you go on log in your language. And then easiest way is to log in with your ORCID account. And then you can connect it to your ORCID and sign in to ORCID, or you can also sign in through your institution. And then, yeah, the whole page is open. So you can here click on the edit function. So you could already edit the main page. So, and yeah, first introduction for everyone who is new to the page. You can go to the user page and click here on Learn More. Then you see who is already registered on the website, and you can browse different user pages, but you can also add an entry here, or you click on create up here, and then you can create your own person and introduce yourself on which topics are you working and which measurement techniques are you using, and maybe you are a SEM specialist or you're a specialist on cyclic voltammetry. You can add your expertise there. And then when you go back to the main page, we have the project profiles. So you can check, oh, is my project already in there? And then you have a nice Gantt chart view where you see all the running projects. You see, okay, Big Map and But Forever, they are already over. And we are now here. We have a lot of different running projects. And then you can check, okay, is my project already in the list? And then you can go maybe here on Salamander, and then you see, okay, there's already some content here, and you have a project overview here, and also which is the project manager and which institutions are linked to this project. And then there are always two ways to edit the page. So you can go on edited data and on edit. For edit data, you will edit the data in the right box here. So you can click here, and then you could change the name of the project, and you could change the logo, and you could here add the funding call. And if there's something that you want to add, but it's not here in the list, you go here on select properties, and then you can say, okay, I want to add maybe additional documents or statements, and then you click the box here, and then you can also add it here. And then there's the second way to edit. It's not edit data, it's edit here. And then you can edit the text on the left side. So you can add text, you can change heading, subheading. You can also link to other pages. There you can use an internal link to other page on the website. So you could link to the project BatCut here, for example, or you can link to other affiliation or something. And you can also use an external link that you want to link to. Okay, and then when you go back to the main page, you have something like events. That's also a nice feature. So we have a timeline where you can see what are the upcoming battery events, and you can check which one you want to visit and where you want to give a presentation. And you can also add some events here, but you can also look at some events that are already over and check what did they do. And here, this one is has a lot of content. So Simon put a lot of effort here. So you can read who was at this event and what was the topic. And really interesting also, you have the presentations here. So you can go here and click on one of the presentations, and then you can view the presentation or also download it. And so all the past events are saved there in a nice format. And okay, so now to the standards and protocols. When you scroll down, this was more like an introduction, and here some easy access what to do first on the page. Here you also see our memorandum. And now when you scroll down, you see the full knowledge graph, and you also see the flow chart. That's not here at the moment, but usually you have it there. I can show it here. So this flow chart is like a simple version of the knowledge graph where you only have the processes. That's a good overview because in the flow chart you have so many parameters it can get really crowded. So here you see, okay, what are the processes in making a battery? So you start with mining raw materials, or you get your materials from recycling. And then you process your materials, you do pre-mixing, mixing, casting, drying. And then here after calendaring, it splits up depending on what cell format you're using. You can have coin and swage log cells for lab scale assembly. And then you do everything here in lab scale. Or you have pouch cell, cylindrical cell, or prismatic cell. Then you go on this path. And in the end, you have here electrolyte filling and electrochemistry and also post-mortem analysis. And now when we see the knowledge graph, you don't only have the processes, but you also have the products and all the parameters. So maybe here you have slitting singulation, pouch roll, and the product that is coming out is electrode sheet. And then you have the KPIs of this electrode sheet, the edge quality, the microstructure, and on each of these features, you can also do a right click, and then you can jump to this page, or you can add other information like depends on, has label, has name, or here for the edge quality, you can click on edge quality and you say, okay, measures. You want to know how can I measure the edge quality? And then you see, okay, there are 4 different measurement techniques I can use to measure the edge quality. And then you can maybe click on SEM. And then you see, okay, SEM can be used for measuring all these different parameters. And here you see the graph again. So here you see SEM can be used to measure the edge quality, but also to measure the particle shape and conductive additive distribution. And what we now want to do is collect measurement procedures. So, okay, I do SEM measurement for the edge quality. What do I have to be careful? How do I have to prepare my sample? And how can I interpret the data? So this is the point where you as users come into contact, and we want to collect all the information from you. Okay, so I showed here we also have some examples. Here we have the casting width in the process casting. You see, okay, the casting width can be measured like with optical imaging, but also with laser distance measurement. And yeah, in BigMap, there are already some SOPs that we already uploaded here. So here for the lab scale assembly, we have 5 documents here from BigMap on coin cell assembly, but also on formation and electrochemistry. And yeah, you see already here. So if you ask different people from BigMap, you get different answers. And here it would be a good task to combine these SOPs to one standard. And yeah, there we need some mode of collaboration. How can we propose which one of these documents are we using, or are we combining them to one big document and checking where are some differences in it, and maybe they show the same but are only in a different format. Okay, and here we have a nice example for a process that has a lot of input already from Simon. So for the process mixing, you have a component of the slurry, active material, mixing process. So there we already have a lot of information. And yeah, later we want to have this amount of information for all the processes that you can look up. Okay, now I have to do calendaring of my cell. What do I have to take in? Yeah, what information do I need, and what measurement technique can I do? Okay, and then when you go back to the main page, there are some other nice features. So here you have 3 lines. There you can see, okay, main page, recent changes. When you are just curious, you can go to random page, and there are also some special pages where you can look what page has the most of changes, and maybe what pages are still empty and need some more features. And there's also the utility and master data. So we have a utility page here where you see a quick start tutorial, but also documentation, and you can give feedback and have a different, can have a user list, and also the process flowchart. And what's also interesting, on every page, you have the 3 dots on the top, and then you can go to, where is it? Here is it not, but here for casting grid, for example, you can go to view history. So for every page, you can view the history and see who created the page. Here you see Simon Stier, and you see how many changes were made on this page. And here you see the name, and then you see the ORCID number. And sometimes you only see the ORCID number. So if you register, the other people only see your ORCID number, but you can also enter your nickname. So you can go to your profile and go to preferences. And then here you have this field real name. There you can enter your name, or if you want only your first name, or you can use also other nickname if you want. Okay, I think that's a lot to cover, and some new feature that we just added. So here you have the search function. You can type in and search for anything you want to search on the website. So you can search for salamander, and then you get, okay, the Salamander project. Here you have a presentation from Salamander and also a logo, but you could also ask the chatbot about Salamander. And then we have a chatbot that is searching on the knowledge base and giving you some information. Okay. And now we go back. So I have one more slide here. Okay, now you see the slides again. So what are our next steps for the knowledge base? So our plan now is to fill the knowledge base with more content on measurement techniques, but also on the processes. And we are also working on using AI to have automation to fill the pages, so we don't have to write all of the base content by ourselves, but for the standards and protocols, we need your input. That's the point where we can't ask the computer, but we have to ask you, what measurements are you doing in your group, and how are you using which machine, and how can we agree on common standard. So we want to include the Battery 2030 community in the review process of the knowledge base, and harmonization with existing ontology. We already did some of this. And one of the next steps is to link the knowledge base to electronic lab book. So you have the concepts of the processes and protocols and everything in the knowledge base, but you have your data in your electronic lab book. And you don't want to upload all your data from your files to the knowledge base, but you want to apply the concepts and the ontology of the knowledge base to your work. And then there are different features how you could connect them and how you could download the ontologies. And we are working on that at the moment. I think there will be some progress in the next month. And it's also possible to link research papers on different topics. So if you have some new publications on a special measurement, then you can put them also on the knowledge base and link them to the research. Okay, so now back to the questions. You already answered this, perfect. So good, so we have not so many people that want to work in the background as developer, but now more people. Okay. Someone wants to figure it out by yourself. Then we have 10 people that want to have a webinar or workshop. And 8 people, they only want to use the content. Okay, and then we have someone who just joined. So the whole webinar is recorded and we put it on the knowledge base later, so you can watch it again. And we will also send you the slides. Okay, perfect. I think I have one more question. So what is missing for you in the knowledge base? What do you need to use it in your research? Oh, perfect. Simon already made an entry for the event today. So later we will upload the slides and also the results from Menti. And the video will be online next week. Okay, what can we improve? What is missing? Or do we have too much information at the beginning? We already tried to make the main page as easy as possible and don't start with the knowledge graph at the modeling. And don't start with the knowledge graph at the beginning. To be discovered, yeah. And then you can use the feedback page later if you find something that is missing. Or... Oh, that's good, yeah. Yeah, we have something like a to-do list. That's also good. Yeah, for the measurement techniques, you can say, okay, if you maybe need a large research facility like a synchrotron for some measurements, you can link where you can do the measurement and how you can get a beam time there. Yeah, then examples. Examples are always good. Here, yeah, Simon put the development roadmap in the chat. So there you see what features we want to add next and who is working on which feature. And there you could also, yeah, ask for some features. And yeah, I think this is difficult because ideal quality article, there's no, yeah, like a special definition. And I think it's also on Wikipedia, you have some articles have other quality than others. And on some topics, you can write 10 pages, and on one topic, you maybe only can write 1 page. Okay, so I think I go to the last slide here. So here we have Ask Me Anything. So you can, if you have more questions, you can put them here. Yeah. For the projects, I did like a template and copied it into every project. And for the where the content is missing, I just put lorem ipsum. So the people that are working on these projects, they should add the real content later. So they know for a project you fill in what's the goal of the project, what are the consortium members, what's the budget of the project, what's the duration, and maybe also link to publications and patents, and also maybe events that are linked to this project. Okay, I think there are no questions. So if you want, there's one. Yeah, that's a good question. So at the moment, it's better for you to Google it because then you get more results. But we want to agree on measurement standards and measurement protocols within the European battery research community. And if we have like 10 labs from all around Europe that say, okay, we do the measurement like this, and then you find it on the knowledge base and you do your own measurement in the same way, then it's ensured that your measurement was done in a high quality and that you can can compare your results to the measurements of these other groups. So that's our goal, how you can use the knowledge base in the future. But therefore, we need the input from the different labs and what how they do the measurement. And okay, I think I will stop the recording and open the mics, and then if you want, we can also have an open discussion, and you can add more of your ideas. Okay.